Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Pop Talks. My name is Toast. I'm joined today by the one, the only, the super special. He even has the in front of his Twitter handle, which makes him like extra official. Sloshula. How you doing, friend?
Hi, I'm doing great. It rained a bit today, so put me in a good mood. It smells nice out.
All right. Does it not? Right, because you just moved, right? You were like a Canadian man, and now you're like no longer a Canadian man, right?
Yeah, well, I'm still Canadian. I don't live there anymore. Yeah, I finished immigration July, right when I got hired, right before I got hired, and then moved here, which is Memphis, like the last week of like the last week of August.
Nice. And that move went okay. Like you're all settled in now. I guess like it's
Oh, I
November.
mean, it was an awful move. It was like it's like 22 hours driving a U-Haul. Like
Oh.
it wasn't good in the least bit.
No, you
But
drove a U-Haul the entire way.
I had to. That's how I got all my
No,
stuff here.
that's the worst, man. That's
Yeah,
so bad. I moved a few times in college, and it was just in the same town, and it was like driving the U-Haul. I felt like I was gonna die.
yeah. And now imagine doing that over highways for hours
No,
and
thank
hours.
you. No, thank you. That's awful. Holy shit,
Yeah,
dude.
it definitely was awful.
Um,
We're good now though. We're good.
it's
We're
good. Are you
set.
like unpacked out of boxes?
Oh, no, not all the
No.
boxes. No, definitely not. Because I'm still looking at moving to Atlanta, so
Right.
I've kept most things in boxes still.
What was the thought process behind moving to like Memphis as opposed to just straight to Atlanta?
Yeah, so my wife's family lives in Memphis, well,
Oh,
just around
nice.
Memphis. So we just kind of moved there so we could settle and finish, like make sure immigration's finished and settle in case there's any issues. Like everything's good, And so we're gonna spend Christmas here, spend New Year's here, and then kind of get on out.
Nice. What's your favorite thing so far about the States? Dangerous question.
Um, Being able to work a job that I like, that's the best part.
What did you do before you were BMG Sloshula?
Right before, like while I was working tournaments, I was working at a meat department in a grocery store, and so I got hired straight from that.
Nice. So
Yeah, so I could.
you're like a whiz with knives and like
I didn't do much cutting. You have to get trained to be a butcher. Now I did do a little bit because the company was cheap, but yeah. So I was mostly just like a glorified shelf stalker and guy who walks into tall fridges.
cool. I those tall fridges freaked me out. I worked in a restaurant for 4 or 5 months when I first got my teaching job, and the walk-in freezers that close behind you, and you feel like there's no way out once they're
Yeah,
closed.
yeah.
This is like my
You got,
nightmare right
got all the
there.
safety blocks, but every time you're just like, we good? Like, am I okay? We're good. I'm
Like
not
please,
locked in.
please
We're good.
don't close the door, please. Like
Yeah.
just a
Like
little
they
bit.
even had
Okay.
like a little alarm in mine, right? So
Really?
like, yeah, if you
Oh
got
damn,
locked
dude.
in, you could like pull it and notify someone.
Yeah, there was one. It was in the basement, and it was just latched all the time. And you'd go in, and it was cold, and there were slabs of meat, and then like also vegetables, and you're like, this is where
That
I
sounds
end.
terrifying. That just sounds terrifying.
It was
Like, no thanks.
awful. No, the place was awful, but that was awful. Terrifying. So I guess the logical follow up is like, what's your least favorite thing about the states so far? Feel free
Uh,
to like open show, whatever is like
oh
awful,
goodness.
go for it.
Um, I'll just say the healthcare because I came from Canada. Healthcare is a real easy cop out answer for that one.
Like it's
Uh,
it's a good one.
I will also say that the politics are really different here. Like in Canada, they're super boring. Like nothing. Like this is the first time politics has been like anywhere entertaining in Canada, and that's just because we have a young prime minister.
Right.
But like here, it's like a thing. Like it's a
It
huge. Everyone talks about it, and everyone has strong opinions about it. I'm like, wow. Only super like political old people in Canada care about it at all. There.
Ooh, right?
Yeah, like my grandma cares about politics, and my parents do not. And
Yeah,
then yeah,
I
here everyone has an opinion on something.
yeah, it's turn on the news, turn on the radio, and it's just
Yeah.
boom, like right there
Oh,
in
and
your
it's in
face.
everything too.
Everything.
Everything somehow like in the Brawlhalla community. Like I'll see people with like presidents as their name and stuff. I'm like, why? Why?
That's it's like a personal identity thing, I think, to some
Yeah.
point where we just, you just, I don't know, it's just the way the culture has been, and it's become kind of a spectator sport of its own.
It's
Um,
almost like sports teams. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Everyone's got their favorite
it's
team.
kind of exactly sports teams, I think.
Yeah.
Um, which, let's take that as our key to move on.
Yeah. We'll roll
I
from
kind of
there.
want to start from the beginning because, with you slash I like with the pro players, like they have video clips and they say things on Twitter that make other people angry, and sometimes they don't, but they have like strong opinions, which I love. But like I was digging through your Twitter, and like honestly, like the most
Nothing
amazing
fun.
thing was the last picture you posted of the tournaments you posted, which we'll get to a little bit later. Um,
Yeah.
but like when did you start playing Brawlhalla? Like how did you find it?
So I was part of a streaming community 2014, 2015, based around a streamer called Normal Difficulty. And so we had like all the mods kind of like I was a mod on his channel, and all the mods were kind of like friends. And one of the guys who went by the Phase Zero, who was also Canadian, went to PAX South, and that was the first time like Brawlhalla was kind of like a thing. And so he brought back some codes, and we played on his stream in January 2015. So that was the first time I ever played the game, was on his
Nice.
stream. And then I put it down because I was playing Smash 4 at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, this game is really floaty. And honestly, I thought it was like super boring and weird. And if you guys went to BCX and played the 2014 build, you will agree with me. I promise you. This is not a controversial opinion. And then I picked it up again because it was one of those things where I was going through my Steam games, like, which one haven't I played in a while? I was like, oh yeah, Brawlhalla's kind of cool. I'll look at that one. I kind of forgot what it was. And that was that was when they had like right before they introduced fast falling. And so that was
Right.
something like August of 2015, somewhere around there. Yeah, July or August. And then from there, I just kind of like, oh my God, I love this game. And I was searching out communities, and just like I was on the subreddit all the time, like,
I'm
and
I'm
then
I'm sorry about that.
drop. Yeah, it was awesome back then. All right, it was super cool. It was super like everyone was cool. Like, yeah, but anyway, I'll just move on from the subreddit because everyone we're good on that. That's when Drop created Brawl League and was like, hey, we're a community for learning and playing together. I'm like, that's exactly what I want to do, and that was almost a mistake, and then definitely was not.
Why do you say it was almost a mistake?
Oh, because I spent all of my time on Brawlhalla after I got into Brawl League. That's why it was almost a mistake, right?
I
Like
mean,
I
you
just
were you
job
were
and
like,
stuff.
you were the head admin for a long time too, right?
Yeah, it took me 3 months to go from just a regular user to a moderator to an administrator, and then eventually, like, we split the role up to head admin. I don't remember when that was. We just split it because it made more sense. Uh, yeah, and then I did that for a while. And actually, you mentioned my Twitter. I thought I did 158. I've actually done 172.
Th-
I found some more.
You found 20 more?
Yeah. There was some that weren't connected to the circuit that I did, and some events that. So yeah. I also found out that I'd
Oh
missed a
my
tournament
goodness.
from Brawl League's. Like I did Brawl. I helped with Brawl League 3, which was December of 2015. So
Wow, man. Good Lord. That's actually crazy.
yeah, it's a whole lot. It's something like 8 tournaments on average a month since I started. I think
I
that's the math.
and I mean that was all volunteer work, mostly,
Yeah,
up
yeah.
until a point.
I didn't get I we didn't get paid until I did Brawl League Spring Fling. That was the first tournament we ever
I
got
remember
paid
that one.
to. Dude, it was awesome. I like Brawl League Spring Fling will always have a real close like I man, yeah, I spent all my time building that tournament, and it was awesome. Like it's still one of my favorites. But yeah, and then from there, like I mean I got paid to do BCS too,
Right.
per tournament, when BCS got officially partnered in 2016. And so all the regional qualifiers and stuff like that. And then again in 2017 BCS. But for the most part, like when I did like 172, probably about like maximum 15 were paid.
That's crazy, dude. Especially like
Yeah. Well,
for
before I got hired.
Wow, dude. Right, right. Before you got hired. For those of you guys in chat who don't realize what goes into the background of a tournament, it's fascinating to get to see just a little bit of it. I get to see it because I get to cast sometimes, but it's like the things the organizers do and put up with and deal with, like it's like 7 hours, 8 hours day of, and then the prep
Yeah.
beforehand. Like, how long does it take to seed and do all of that stuff?
Oh man, we've gotten real good at it. Shout outs to Ice Pingu, my big seed boy. He sees everything we do. He sees like everything. He even helped with the shine seeding. If
Nice.
anyone remembers how much of a mess that was
Oh
tough. That was
God,
some tough seeding.
that was
But he
ridiculous.
helped with that. But yeah, so man, I could not tell you how long that stuff takes because like, so when I first started, we would create a tournament a week before and announce it, or sometimes like 3 days before because we were bad. But we would announce like a week before, and so then we would seed the day of, like right in the morning, and that would take like an hour. And then when we started getting like bigger tournaments, like BCS took like a full day to seed when we were doing it over challenge. Um, yeah, and then when we started getting like good at it, like with the circuit stuff, like pretty much right around Brawl League Spring Fling, like we would we would cut registration the day before, and then we'd spend the whole day before like making sure art assets were right, making sure all the mods were going to be there, making sure the casters, the streamers were there, and then double checking all the seating, which we would normally get done in about an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, so it's a full week affair, like getting a tournament done. That's just like mediocre, and getting something like regional qualifiers was so much work. Like it was like every single week was something new too. So
Regional qualifiers, you were already, BMG, the
yeah,
Sloshula at
regional
that point,
qualifier was 2017. Yeah, it was.
2017. So, can you talk a little bit about, what goes in to a regional qualifier then?
Well, it's a little different because it's a really big deal for like a few top players, but everyone still wants to kind of participate, right? And so during the tournament, people are a little bit more um, uppity about some stuff, like because I mean, mob requests already are kind of like they're already kind of iffy. Like people get really angry already, but when it was regional qualifiers, everyone's like, I want to be first, so But besides that, it was kind of the same as every other tournament. Luckily I got an awesome team behind me, that would do art, that would do the seating, and it was pretty much just like up to me, Foda, Raven to kind of just like really like make sure all the descriptions were right because it was
Right.
like, and we had to double check rules and stuff like that because something like that you really have to have ironclad rulings.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much like every other tournament, just a lot of them in a row and a little bit more official.
Cool. So I think I have an idea, but what was your favorite tournament to organize?
Well, I did already mention Spring Fling,
Mm-hmm.
but besides that, that's tough. I have a few. Brawling Spring Fling, Friday Night Brawl Ball, the original one, was a Halloween event, and it was super, super fun.
Remember that?
Yeah, we kind of brought the same idea back. That's why we did Trick or Beat this year,
Right.
which also that was the name I came up with. So everyone can complain about the name
No,
right to me.
I'm sorry, but you are like your puns are off the chart. Like they're crazy. Like PopTalks isn't even a good pun. Like it's a pretty terrible pun.
Yeah, I liked it.
And you're actually like maybe the only person who, aside from the person who was like, "Hey, you should name it this," who got it right away.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If you like, speaking of puns, like, there's a new Discord that just came out today. Raven tweeted about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's for setting up local events about Brawlhalla. I was making some puns in general chat. You guys should definitely check out that server. Just check Raven on Twitter. It's like his second tweet or something down.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you
Also, I retweeted it. Also, a lot
yes,
of people retweeted it.
it's
You
it's
definitely check that out if you want to do local events.
it's fab. Like it's super super cool. I'm actually like so psyched that this is a thing that exists and is just there.
Yeah,
Um,
it's really cool.
like that's awesome. It's up there on the screen for you guys to see it, but it's on Raiden's Twitter. It's on Slosh's Twitter. I retweeted it too. I think I did. It's green.
Yeah.
Um, Go check it out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But besides those tournaments, I really, really enjoyed BCX 2016. It was the first LAN I ever went to, so being behind the scenes for something like that, it felt really cool to do. It wasn't nearly as much work as I did this year, even though last year Sheepy and I stayed up till past midnight doing bracketeering on Challenge. But yeah, it was so definitely BCX 2016 is like super top. 2017 was also really cool. Don't get me wrong, but 2016 always have a soft spot in my heart.
Conversely, what was the worst tournament or the tournament with the most?
Immediately, I have one in mind. Friday Night Brawl Ball 2 when it came back.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was an invitational event, and so that got a lot of people upset. And so the whole week leading up to the event, I was just constantly on damage control, and I was just like pulling my hair out, like regretting the tournament because we created it because the new Brawl Ball came out. Like it was a lot of Brawl Ball changes, and so like I was still part of the Brawl League, so I was like, hey, Foda, we should do a Brawl Ball tournament to celebrate the new things. He's like, yeah, cool. And we came up with like make it an invitational so you can be like, hey, look at these top players, and we had I think Froned and Foda casting, which was super cool. Like the tournament like was cool. It was everything leading up to the tournament, like all the organizational part of it was awful. And there's people like there was a team dropped out last second. We had to get a new captain for.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it was Starlight, but it was kind of out of his control. He had something come up, so it sucked again as an organizational standpoint.
Right. I find that, and maybe you're different, but customer service is like the worst. It's so bad.
Yeah, like I went from the meat department, which was customer service, to dealing with thousands of people online like every single day.
Oh God, I can see why that might be rough.
It's okay. The people online are a lot cooler, which is surprising because not a lot of people like online communities.
It's true. Who's your favorite legend?
Taros. Easy.
Really?
Yeah. So when I started playing, I played Lord Vrax. And then when it came out of... I got a dog barking. When I came out of closed beta, you would be able to unlock a free legend for playing closed beta. And so my free legend to unlock was Taros because I thought you could unlock more than one person for free. And I picked Taros because he was new. And then I went to go unlock Lord Vrax and I couldn't afford him. So I just played Taros. And then I've played Axe ever since. And so I don't main Taros now. Taros still is my favorite.
Oh. Are you excited for this 9-Force legend, Cannon Axe?
Oh my God, yes. I was playing 9-Force when the stance changes happened. I was playing 9-Force Taros. Yes. So of course I'm excited to get 10 for Brute.
I'm so scared. It's like
gonna be awesome.
Genuinely like the most terrifying thing.
There's gonna be some hard hitting bear traps. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, definitely check out. I think it was like Tuesday stream. It showed it off. It was. I'm excited for him. I'm super excited for him. Every Axe legend that comes out, I'm like, I'm maining that person now.
I'm really curious to see what they're gonna be able to do with the SIGs on the cannon.
They're like when Cannon came out, like I'm not in on weapon development at all. I've like people ask me to like, oh, can you make a skin for me? I'm like, no, I can't. I can't even ask for that to be done. Like that's nowhere near what I do. And so when it comes to weapons, like they're like Cannon's coming out. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be really cool to see, what sort of like interesting things can be done with it, right? Because I mean, Scythe is the other newer weapon, right? And all of that stuff is super straightforward. Like you use like with Nyx, it's all that netherworld stuff, but you notice like right around like with Nyx, some cool things were coming out of Blaster SIGs there, right? With the chains coming out, right? So when Cannon came out, I'm like, all right, it's going to be leaning more towards those sort of like cool signatures, shooting fun things out, instead of just cannonballs, Because I know a lot of people were wary, like, oh, it's just going to be a bunch of like pirate legends, like who else uses a cannon?
It's true.
Brute. A big brute uses also cannon.
I'm it's like the creative mind, right? Because we get 6 months of a new weapon Uh,
Hmm.
so it's just like the creative process that goes through making 6 new legends with unique and like idiomatic SIGs on cannon.
Yeah.
That for me is like, what are they gonna do next?
Well, not all of them are going to be canon, right? With every weapon release, there's always like 2 or 3 of the new weapon, and then someone to break it up for people that don't like the new weapon so much, So if you look at the character roster, you'll see that with Axe, I think it was like Taros, Bryn, and then what's his name, Barraza,
Right.
right? And I think Asuri came out right after that, right? And so it kind of like it gets broken up, kind of like that.
Um. So love Taros. Who do you play right now?
I'm a toss up right now. I play a lot of Ragnir and a lot of Ember because I wanted to stray a bit away from Axe because I've been playing it for so long. So I played Roland. So it's kind of those three, and then suddenly Lucian. I got the pumpkin head skin
Oh
for
man,
Halloween, and so I was like, all right, I got to play Lucian now, and I've been loving him. So yeah,
I always
a
felt
lot of
that.
guitars. Sorry guys.
I always felt that so the Lil Yumiko pumpkin skin. I feel like Lil Yumiko saw a scary pumpkin Lucian and was like, I like that.
Well, yeah, the because I had my eye on the Pumpkinhead Lucian since last year, right? But I didn't play Lucian, and so I was like, I don't really care to get it, And I was thinking of the Scarlet skin because it's kind of cool, but yeah, I didn't do any of that stuff. And this year, I was like, all right, I gotta get that Caspian skin, and I gotta get that Lucian skin,
Oh,
and
yeah.
no regrets.
No regrets, dude. Some of the skins coming out of the art department have been just fire
Dude,
lately.
art department's been killing it.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
goodness. Like even just like the launch skins for Sidra,
they were
super cool.
fantastic.
That Kraken one
Oh
is
my
top.
god. Nye's getting some love again. 2 skins. 2 skins. Let's go.
I do not play Queen Nai, so
That's okay. No,
you can
no.
celebrate with Foda if you want. He plays. Yeah, I gotta turn down my
Yeah, it's
get notifications from Twitter.
he's like the only other person. No one else likes Nye or plays Nye. It's only
Jellyfish,
Jellyfish
jellyfish,
and Cake plays Nye.
cake. There you go. Those are some top players,
Yeah,
right? You got a Dev, an actual like what second place in 2v2s, and you got
yeah.
Jellyfish, the Style King. So
Oh man, I was heartbroken with those two v
oh
twos.
man, oh
You were
goodness,
there. What did it feel like in the audience?
it was heartbreaking, right? Because like I love Boomy and Remy, right, and I love Addy Mestig and Cake, right, and I was like, oh man, EU is gonna actually take it this year, like,
Oh, on the EU train.
and then Addy Mestic dropping because what he was trying to do, if anyone didn't see, he downloaded on Gauntlets. They're both deep red. Him and I think Boomy. Um, he
If I can
downlights on
find
Gauntlets and
this.
tries to dash jump into a recovery, but he flubs. It's a really tough combination of buttons to do, and so he flubs it and accidentally downlights side sigs, and that gives Boomy enough time to punish it and get the reset. It was 2-2, and Addy Mestic and Cake were in winners bracket, and so yeah, he flubbed it and turned it into a reset, and then they ended up losing.
Right, and that. Oh man, dude,
Yeah, it was
it
heartbreaking.
was
Like when I
heartbreaking.
saw it happen, I actually like got up and was like, "Oh my god!" That like I love watching the game, and the reset. Oh goodness, Cam. The reset was super cool, but at the same time, I was like,
Oh
ah.
man. Though, what like reset once that reset comes, it's like breaking that momentum is just
Yeah, you could tell right away, like going into game one, right after that, like Addy Mestic was a little down on himself. You know, I mean, he's better now. He got over it, but
I mean, he played like him and Cake
yeah,
both
I mean,
played
coming second place is definitely not a bad thing.
disgustingly good.
Yeah, like
It
they
was
were crazy.
phenomenal.
Some of the plays they had, like their teamwork is just so good. Boomy and Remy too, like they just know how to play off each other really well.
Well, both teams are teams that have been playing together for like ever.
Yeah, like Boomy and Remy played together a lot and then split up for a bit,
Right.
and then just got back together for I think it was like
Yeah,
spring
I
championship,
think
maybe
so.
summer championship. And it's like, oh yeah, I forgot these guys are great together. Like, why did they split up in the first place?
And the thing is, they're also great individually. They're both some of the best 1v1 players we have too. It's like
Yeah.
they can just do it all. It's a little
Yeah,
crazy.
especially Remy when Summer Championship he won 1v1 and 2v2. It's like, well, I guess he's the best right now.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh man, what was the best moment at BCX?
That's actually really super tough. There's a lot of awesome moments. Oh goodness. You know what? It was putting the medals on people. I don't know if it was on stream, but I got to put the medals on everyone that came eighth place and up, right? And so I was on stage with Foda, and it was just because like all of the work I did this year was leading up to BCX. Like that was it was everything I was doing. Like BCX was the end of the circuit, right? And so it felt like such a huge sigh of relief to just be like, it's over. It's over. And it was really cool because like, you know, shaking everyone's hand, like it was just cool. It was just a cool thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's awesome. It's cool that there are trophies. I just saw Addy Mastic like purchased an apartment or something crazy like that.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Which
Dude
like
could afford to rent an apartment
from like BCX winnings, like
yeah, like that's
like
so cool.
Addy what?
Yeah, Addy's a great dude too. Like
Yeah.
I'm super proud of him.
Yeah, dude, he's one of my favorite EU players. I'm not allowed to have favorites because you know I have favorites.
I'm not allowed to have favorites either, but Effie is my favorite.
Dude, watching him play was so good. The movement, it was just on another level. Just
Yeah, Effie's probably like the most fun player to watch, just because he does really crazy stuff and he's good. And like live in a live event, it's just cool seeing his reactions too. Guy is either like stone cold, no emotion, or all of the emotions at once. There's no in between for him.
I like honestly can't wait to see in the next season what happens the next circuit. There's gonna be another circuit, right?
Yeah. We're planning a new circuit. Don't
Okay.
worry, guys. It's not going to end here. Like, all right, and everyone just kind of do community tournaments again. No, no, there's gonna be something, and it'll be better. I promise.
So I'm sure you've gotten a lot of criticism about the circuit system.
Yes. Not a lot of people are very happy with how the points were, and I'm working on it.
Working on it. There's nothing you can say right now, just because you know.
Well, nothing is solid either. Photo's on vacation right now, so we haven't even really had like a meeting yet. Like I took vacation the week after BCX, and he took vacation this week. Everyone has needed a break.
My goodness.
And so, yeah, we haven't even got to talk about it yet. So there really is like, I'm not hiding anything. Like, 'cause there is nothing.
I don't think you're hiding anything at all. But I'm just saying we're gonna get like a $2 million prize pool BCX 2018.
I'm opting for $12 billion at my house. So everyone just come to my house, win $12 billion. That's just for first place too. Like,
are you saying you can fit like 100 people in your home?
No, I'll just have a guy at the door. Like, sorry, there's already too many people.
Top 8 only.
Yeah, top 8 only. Sorry.
Oh man, that's awesome. Do you play anything outside of Brawlhalla?
Yeah, I play a lot of Rocket League right now.
Okay.
Big fan. If anyone caught the World Championship just happened, I think this past weekend. It was amazing. My favorite team won, so I'm real happy about it.
Nice. Dude,
Yeah.
I was watching some of that on Twitch too. I love just kind of peeking into the different esports scenes and seeing how they do things.
Dude, Rocket League kills it too, and they only started up last year, right?
But think about it though, they have such a more traditional formula than say like a fighting game.
Yeah, it's a lot easier because they could just kind of do it like a sports game or like an actual sports event. Yeah, it's just rocket powered cars hitting a soccer ball. You know, it's yeah. So they have a lot of they take a lot of formatting from something like ESPN, you know, like anything like that, and you can even see it with the live ticker at the bottom, you know, and yeah. I love it though. The Rocket League World Championship. It's honestly like competitive Rocket League is super awesome to watch.
It's really sweet. Do you have any aspirations to get into that more competitive side of Rocket League?
I do not have the time to play games competitively anymore.
Right, because
I got a whole lot going on, and I like.
You have a family.
Yeah, I got twins that are a year and a half. I got a wife I gotta also spend time with. And then I have my job, right? So it's like, where's the time to play a game competitively right now? Like,
you've like become an adult.
yeah, I'm full adult right now.
Like,
I still make time to play some video games. Like when I take break, I'll play Brawlhalla. So
and you
yeah.
I mean, this is probably not like a bad question, but you never get tired of Brawlhalla, working with it all the
Man,
time.
I actually don't. It's really crazy because a lot of the other people from like Brawl League and all these people I've worked with a lot, like a lot of them don't play Brawlhalla anymore, you know, and like people that work on the game, like Raven plays Blaze Blue now. Foda plays a lot of Riles of Ether, you know, like they all still love the game, but they just, I mean, when you see it all day, it's really hard to go from like working on it and then just like, oh, I'm gonna play now, you know. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. Like I'll watch a tournament for like 5 hours or deal with a tournament for like a full
Jesus.
day, you
Yeah.
know, and then just like I just want to play now. You know, it's like my biggest regret of BCX 2017 was I didn't get to play much.
Oh
Like
my
I
goodness.
didn't play at all. I played like 2 games with Foda and that was it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Um, my favorite part at Shine was just getting to just play with people. Like,
Yeah,
I got
it's
knocked out of the ones immediately. I lost
you
all
were on
my
my
games.
fantasy, man. You were on my fantasy. I felt real bad.
Yes. I
You know,
was
you're
I
on
was I was gonna win, and then Double Time knocked me down, and then I throw also knocked me down.
yeah, you had a tough bracket. I probably shouldn't have had you on my fantasy because you had a tough bracket.
It's okay. One of these days, I'll learn how to play the game.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You watch enough pro play and you just kind of like you pick up on some stuff. Like that's why I'm anywhere like decent. I wouldn't say I'm like great at the game. I mean, I've been diamond every season at least, but like I just watch so many pro players that like I kind of know what to do when. Like
Yeah.
it's just from seeing so much of it.
There are so many moments in some of those pro games where it's just a little quick thing with how they move or what they do, and like it's not really remarkable in
Yeah.
like a watching or
It's not
casting
clip
sense.
worthy, you know,
Yeah,
like you won't see a lot of that in any of the highlights I
exactly.
made.
But then it's like you look at it and you're like, did they really like consciously make that choice to do that?
Yeah, and that's what's great about watching Effie because like
Oh my
it's
god.
so hard to clip him because everything is cool.
Ah, dude, so smooth.
Like Daiku Effie match, I I haven't gotten around to clipping it yet. It's it's gonna be so tough to do. And then when they're playing 2v2 also you're like,
You can't.
wow, there's so much going on. Like
So
what do I it's just so good. You know, some of the, especially with dash implementation and just people getting better with it, like yeah, a lot of the movement is just really cool sometimes to watch.
what was your favorite change that's been made to the game?
Oh man. Probably fastfall.
Okay.
Fastfall changed the pace of the game so much. It went from super floaty to like, oh, I can actually like change how I do stuff now, like all at once. Because like, just next time you play a game, try to play the whole match without fast falling. Like
Okay.
dash is cool, and chain dodge is cool, but like fast fall changed the whole game.
That's cool. That's really, really
Mhm.
cool. We had Stevenator on the show last week, and I asked him a similar question. And he brought up kind of two things that I can remember, and one of them was gravity cancels,
That was a cool one too.
and being able to charge slide a sig off the edge.
Yeah, like those are cool, but the thing is like the game would still be like fun and playable without those changes, right? And
Right.
I think when fastfall was implemented, everyone was like, this game is it just became more fluid and it felt like you just had more control of your character. But yeah, gravity cancels are super cool.
Yeah.
Definitely like super cool.
So I'm looking through here, and I wonder what's the best skin in the game, Slosh? What's the
Man,
best skin in the game? You don't have to know the name of it. You can just describe it. I'm gonna pull it up so that everyone can see
well,
it.
I got a few favorites, right? What is it? The Christmas Tarot skin, Wreck the Halls
Rector
Taros.
Halls.
That's a big favorite of mine. It was the first skin I bought.
It's a really good skin. It's a classic.
Yeah, It's fantastic, and I always use green colors on it because I felt super cool with my exclusives in like 2015. It was, um, let's see, another really cool one. I like the most recent Bodvar chess skin that came out. Um, not War Chief. That's a different one. Man, it's the Draugr one.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah, that one's super super cool. And Rat Ember because part of the creed and everyone hates it. Yeah, and that and the Predator Asuri one with the four eyes because again everyone thinks it's gross. Like if you ever like when that skin came out and Starlight was using it all the time, Sparky every time remarked like I hate this skin, and then he put like he was using it like yellow sometimes too, like just to pit like oh my god it was yeah. So those skins are pretty remarkable for that. And not Nightshade Ragnar, not Nightshade Ragnar.
Not Nightshade Ragnar, as in like.
Definitely not. Worst skin in the game.
That's fantastic.
For people that don't know, part of the Creed designed that skin, so it actually is a super cool skin. But I gotta rag on him a little bit.
That's fair. And also, I disagree with you. Rat Ember is like maybe my least favorite Ember skin.
This is why I mentioned it because no one likes Rat Ember.
Like it's
No one likes it. I think Zalox really likes it, and I think that's it.
it just doesn't do it. Like I don't get it. No.
Like the meta dev is super cool, and the skin that Wrenched used for a while, he used it in red with the big hat. That one's really cool too. But nothing
man.
compares to Rat Ember, man.
No, get it out. Rat Ember is terrible.
It's something else.
No, it's okay. I like what is my favorite Nye skin for the longest time was like her first skin. What is it?
Well, like the
like Museum
the
Hunter.
one.
No, the one with a hat. I can never remember.
Yeah. Isn't that the one where she's in brown and she looks like a tour guide? Like,
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So that was like that's my Nye go-to skin.
Are you sure not Snake Goddess? That's quite the headdress she's got.
Nah, dude, it was like that one in Valentine's Day colors was the jam up until Nidhogg Nye.
That one's really really cool.
And then I blew like 500 or 600 mammoth
Trying
coins,
to get it,
and I didn't get it.
Oh man, I was trying like out of that chest. I was trying
Tomb
to get
Tamer.
the Ulgrim. Yes. It's like Tomb Raider, but not quite. Yeah, out of that chest, I was trying to get Ulgrim and Bodvar, and I got both of those and didn't get the Nye, which I don't play Nye, so I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I'm gonna stop here.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. So folks in chat, at this point, if you guys have questions for Slosh, I've gotten a couple as chat's been going through. Type them in, and I'll start picking ones out here and there. Slosh, I hope you're ready. This is usually the wild card.
I don't have chat open, so this is gonna be all you.
That's all good. I actually got one before the show started from someone who was like, I can't be out there, but and I think this was kind of answered by Raiden's tweet about local meetups and that sort of thing. But they were asking, hey Slosh, is there any chance for a meetup in the Canada?
Someone asked for Toronto LAN. Oh man, I mean, there's always a chance, right? If I know Coslix is a big tournament organizer that is from Ontario. And so he's always trying to get something going. But if you want like a tournament or like a meetup, then just invite some people over. We got that Discord now, so you can just go into the Ontario chat and be like, "Hey, who wants to come over and play Brawlhalla?" Like just set something up, man. And if you got something set up, then ask Raiden for an All Legends pack, and he'll make sure everyone can play who they want to play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like we touched on that a little earlier, but that's awesome. Yeah. So that's for you out there who asked that question. Pingu earlier asked how they were going to be able to harass you on the stream if you weren't reading chat, and then they asked me to tell you to buy Scarlet Lance.
Oh yeah, one of my kids' name is Scarlet, not named after the legend. All right, and she has a little toy hammer, and so I'll be running a tournament and When they were really little, I'd hold her and she'd like play with the hammer.
What?
Yeah.
What? I'm dying.
Yeah, so that's what he's referencing right there.
That's fantastic. Steve's asking who your favorite old school player is.
Ooh, I know he wants me to say Stevenator, which I was a Steve fan for a very long time. I'm an old school Steve fan. Always was rooting for him in tournaments. There was another player I really liked watching as well. Oh goodness, II King. I loved II King.
Oh man, that's a throwback.
Yeah, II King was super awesome. One really memorable moment is when he was really trying to break into the scene and he beat EXO, who's Daiku now. He beat EXO in the tournament, and there was an interview after, and he was like, I didn't think I was going to do it. Like, yeah, II King was awesome. And he played Nai, so there you go. He was Nai King.
Back when Nai was, relevant.
Hey, she's still relevant. All right, she's really good.
She's really good.
Still really, I just don't play her.
That's fair. I like the wine. I like the wine about Nai. It's like everyone has that one thing. I'm like, buff
Queen
Nai. Apparently, Slosh, you made a montage called an Apex 80s montage.
Yes. I used to be part of a clan called Apex, and we had a clan battle tournament coming up, and so I made a montage for that, and it's still some of people's favorite montages because it basically is like an 80s style. Like at one point there's like an old Reese's peanut butter commercial that goes in there. Like I put like it looks like VCR static on there, like it's super stylized, and it was a lot of fun to do.
I actually have it right here.
Oh really?
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at it.
All right.
I think this is it. It's got that 80s style to it.
Yeah, it'll be on the Apex Brawlhalla account.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'll be quiet.
Wait, this is actually fantastic.
It's still my favorite montage I've ever made.
This is amazing. Slosh.
I'm in it too. Back when I played.
This is more hype for me.
I have chat open, and yeah, Steve, you're right. I used this music before it was a meme. That Kid Coolio, who's in the montage, recommended I use it. He recommended it as a joke because I had like some like drum and bass or something going, and then as soon as I put it on, like I made it all stylized. I was like, all right, I guess this is what the montage is now.
That's actually fantastic. Holy crap, dude! I love this. That's so good. It makes me think when I started streaming, I had this old early 2000s video camera. It's the one that didn't work with Zoom. And it 480p interlaced. And so you can go back to old VODs or even to my like defunct YouTube channel and look at some of the old stuff I did, and you can see it. It's like that effect you have on the video is exactly what I looked like the first like year and a half that I used the face cam. I
spent a lot of time on that video too. I'm still super proud of it. Like the gameplay isn't nearly as like exciting as it is now, but because I think that montage is over a year old now easily. And at the end of it, like even says like a date. That was when the clan battle was going to happen, which I didn't play in. I organized that one too. I think I casted for it also with Cassidy.
Nice.
That's a big throwback.
March 13th. So yeah, that's a while ago.
Yeah, 2016.
Oh man. I had a question from who asked this question? I took the question, I didn't take the name. Oh, it's from Slunk. And he's asking, how tall are you and how is your hair so silky smooth?
Well, I shower. That's how it's silky smooth. Do nothing special to it. It's just bathing myself. And, I don't know, I'm like 5'10", 5'9", something. My wife will probably say I'm wrong, but
oh man, that's good. And this question was asked a couple times, but Do you know any of the thought process behind A9 Force Legend? Because that's a pretty big, you know.
No, I do not do anything with character development. I am fully on esports. I could tell you about how to run a tournament, and I can tell you about all the history of Brawlhalla esports. I cannot tell you anything about character development. I am not an artist. I am not a coder. I do none of that.
Fantastic. That's yeah. I I think it's gonna be fun to see after that first balance patch on Brute, just how it lines out because we don't have anything else like it.
Yeah, yeah, it's breaking that 8 mold that was kind of, I don't know, it was just set. I wasn't part of the team when that was set, so I don't know what 8 is, but it's broken now.
It's
Guys,
broken.
It's broken.
It's a brand new world, a whole new era.
We can have 9 speed now. We can get 9 defense.
No.
We can get anything.
Oh,
Queen
man.
Knight's worst enemy, 9 speed.
Please no. As long as they have like 1 defense, that's good.
Name every clan EXO has ever been in. Oh, he was in like Tech, Goo, obviously. God, he was in Joe. I think he was in Renacentia at first too. He got picked up by Com Gamers back in the day, but we don't talk about that. Man, yeah, and then obviously now he's sponsored by ENX, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Well, I think
Was it Gear maybe? I don't know. He was in all sorts of. He jumped around a whole lot for like a few months.
he's also been playing like a ton of Battle Right lately.
Yeah, he's taken like not like a break from Brawlhalla, but he's not playing it nearly as much as he did before PCX.
Right, which is good. Like I think that's a healthy thing because he was hurting himself.
Yeah, I kept tweeting. I'm like, dude, like do some wrist exercises.
Yeah, relax
Close your
a little
eyes
bit.
a little bit, you know.
Oh my goodness. But he just tweeted that he's like nearly top 100 in Battle right now or something.
I think that was League of Legends, wasn't it?
No, I think it's Battle Right, unless it's League.
God.
I'm pretty sure it's Battle Right.
He's playing a lot of both, so I don't know. The guy does a lot.
The guy does a lot. I think that's where we're gonna end it for today, folks. Thanks for hanging out, Slosh. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any more things to ask me or want to talk or want to make me feel good by favoriting my tweets, I mean, just follow me.
It's right over there. It's under his name. It's under his face.
Yeah.
It says @theSloshula. Go follow this man on Twitter. He's fantastic.
Not because I'm fancy, but because someone had already taken Sloshula when I grabbed it in 2012. By the way, someone already had it.
Well, the Sloshula is better because it has the in front.
Yeah, makes me feel a bit better.
Go follow this man. He does all the esports, everything. Well, he does a lot of it.
And yeah. We also got a team, but definitely not all me. Like all those, like when I say like I helped with 172 tournaments, like that was for the team. All right,
The team.
There was also 172 groups of people that helped out with those. So yeah,
that happens. Otherwise, folks, this is Pop Talks. We'll be back next Wednesday with a new guest, a new show. Follow me down below. Follow the channel, that sort of stuff. And
Toast is awesome. Everyone follow him. He's great. I got his sticker on my computer.
Let's go. Tablet. Yeah, I had my dude make me some stickers. I don't have them in easy access, but
I got one right here.
Oh, do you? He's got a sticker right there.
Right here. My tablet. You can see my Cluns.
Let's
Cluns
go,
and Toast.
Dude, I love the Clun sticker. He's got to send me some.
That's awesome.
But yeah, folks, thank you for tuning in and hanging out. This is Slosh. I'm Toast. Pop Talks every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and as always, stay crispy. Bye.